Welcome back to Half Moon's Picks Halloween edition, where I get to have a little bit of fun cosplaying and a little bit of fun with my graphics. Last week I went 2-2 in my early video picks. 1-0-1 on my Twitter picks. As I told you, picked over 45 in the Atlanta game, and it ended right at 45. Even though it dropped down to 43, everybody had the under. And I told you, pick Minnesota and win in London, which I didn't wake up to. What can you do? You go out Friday night, you have some fun, and you forget there's a game in London. Oh, just dumbfounds me. Anyways, in my SBR pick, I had Oakland among many people, and they failed to show up in the second half. This week, I hope to do a lot better, so let's get those picks rolling. And my fourth pick of the week, my upset pick of the week, we got Baltimore traveling to Tennessee. Right now, Baltimore is a 5-point underdog, and Tennessee is struggling. Basically, that's the bottom line. Tennessee barely beat Cleveland in overtime at the end of the game. So that was a close one. So they're struggling offensively and defensively as well. And I know Flacco will be playing this week, as he did pass concussion protocol against that Miami game. So I know their offense is kind of struggling as well. Tennessee's defense, the cornerback situation is not as good as it should be. The spread is 5 points, just a little bit too much. I think this game should be like 3 or 4 points. I see it at 4.5 to 5 points right now. Like I said, it is still early. Baltimore is 9-4 ATS in the last 13 games against AFC opponents, so they do fairly great against AFC opponents. And Tennessee is 1-6 in November, not a good number, and 2-5 ATS after a bye week. So this week, I'm telling you to pick Joe Flacco and the Baltimore Ravens +5. My third pick of the week is Atlanta Falcons traveling to the Carolina Panthers. The Carolina Panthers defense has only allowed 3 points in the last 2 games. So their defense, I think, is top 3 defenses in the NFL. Even they might not show it, but because their offense is struggling. This is a 2-point game where the matches in Carolina have been split 50-50. Atlanta's offense is struggling really bad. They allowed the Jets to throw them easily. They had no problem. There's a struggling game in New York. This is their back-to-back road game, so I think Carolina should win this victory. So take Carolina -2. And my second pick of the week, we got Washington traveling to Seattle. Seattle is a 7-point favorite. Seattle is 4-1-1 ATS in the last 6 games against Washington. Washington is 1-2 ATS on the road. And Washington last week had 2 fumbles, 1 interception for a pick 6, I might add. 1 blocked field goal run, and Washington gave up 169 yards rushing and only rushed 49 yards themselves. Here they are going into Seattle, who loves to rush the ball but will pass on you if they have to. I expect them to run all over Washington, as their defense cannot stop the rush. And if Washington has a good pass defense, but in that, here we got Wilson will just run all over them. It's going to be pretty ugly, I think. Washington does have a good pass offense and can score some points, but the biggest factor in this game, I think Washington shoots themselves in the foot. With all those turnovers and fumbles, they just can't do that. In Seattle, They scored. They had what, 3 interceptions last week against Houston. Can take advantage of that and especially at home. We got the 12th man. So I'm taking Seattle -7. And my number 1 pick of the week, we got Cincinnati traveling to the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Jaguars are a 4-point favorite, and it's an odd week. So that means Jaguars wins. That's why it seems to be the trend all year round. Odd week, Jacksonville. Jacksonville 7-3 ATS in the last 10 games. 7-2 versus Cincinnati at home. Jacksonville is 12th in yards per game, whereas Cincinnati is 30th in yards per game. Basically, what it runs down to, Jacksonville has a great defense. Cincinnati's offense can't do nothing, and this should be an easy home game win for the Jacksonville Jaguars. So take Jacksonville -4. Well, that's it for the week. I hope you guys have a spectacular Halloween special. Go out and trick-or-treating if you got some young ones. I know I do. If you don't have a sports book, check out Bovada right there. Links below. We'll both cash in, get bonus money as well when you sign up as a new member. Last week's teaser. Yeah, I almost forgot. I added it in the video, but I did win. So there's another winner for my 3-team teaser. This week I got New Orleans is a 6.5 points teaser, so we're going New Orleans -0.5. We got Philadelphia -0.5, and Baltimore +11.5. So I hope you win victory. Have a victory this weekend. Hope you do great as well. Other prognosticators below. Great links down there. Great progs every week. Do these videos just like I do. To try to win you some money. And happy Halloween. I will see you next week. Peace. Come in.
Take 10?
Yeah, just set it on my chair for me, please.
Here, Bear.
Oh yeah.
What's up with you guys?
Yes, I saw.
What the heck? No, hello, no. Bye-bye. No, I'm sorry.
Here's me giving you a wedgie on camera.
No. Oh, thanks, sweet guy.
Right in your video too.
Oh, so wrong. I feel so unjust.